Hello everyone and welcome back to Passion Sundays, the best way to end the week and start another. Our guest today is the world's leading expert on helping people take ownership of their life. Meridith, thank you very much for being with us today.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having
me. Likewise, thank you very much. So, taking ownership, I love that. I mean, especially in a context of passion. There's nothing more to own in life than owning your own passion.
Yes.
Let's start by what does passion mean to you?
Passion means to me, it's the thing that ignites you to have energy for your life, to go into it completely present, and have the courage and the freedom to be and become whatever it is you want without worrying about judgment from other people.
Nice, I like that.
Yes.
And so now we really know what passion is. How can we take ownership of that?
You know, I am so passionate about ownership because when you take ownership, it's your path to freedom. When you realize that you had everything you need within you to become what you want to become or to achieve your dreams, that just really is the ultimate freedom in life. When you can stop being externally focused, worrying about other people or blaming other events in your life, that's freedom.
I love that. So you're not really worried about what's going on. How can we, though, be careful not to tip over to the other side by being a bit too careless about, well, who cares? I don't care. I don't care. And then you end up being a rebel without a cause.
Yeah, you know, I think that the way you keep from tipping over is the moment that you take ownership, you take responsibility. And you have responsibility for your happiness, your responsibility for your ethics, the responsibility for who you take into the world. I think the fear is not tipping back the other way. I think every message we get from society is about that it's okay to blame other people. It's okay to do that. And I think when you give that up, when you give that crutch up, you find the freedom to become the responsible person in life.
I like that. Responsibility and ownership.
Yes.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, and there's such, in our society, they're seen as sort of a burden or a negative connotation. Yeah. And my passion in life is for people to see them as the ultimate path to freedom.
Beautiful. And let's say we're taking responsibility or we've been handed over responsibility. A lot of times we don't have a choice.
Yes.
We get given responsibilities that are a lot of time seemingly bigger than us. Mm-hmm. You have a family death and you have to take care of you become the man of the house or the woman of the house.
Yes.
And then, or you're given a position in a company because of a situation and you suddenly realize, I would have not chosen that.
Yes.
How do you handle a situation like this?
I think the first thing you do is reframe it and you begin to see it as a gift. I think we burn so much energy in life on negative things. You know, when you're given something that you don't have a choice in, I mean, that's life, right? I mean, we're all sort of sold this dream when we're kids, and then you grow up and maybe a marriage doesn't work out or a parent dies too young or God forbid you have a child that's sick. Life is handing you what it's handing you. And if you cannot waste your time focused on the negative, somehow that will be the greatest gift you've ever been given. I don't know why life hands us what it does, but I do know the difference between people who end up living their passion and people who don't is that the people who end up living their passion take that choice as a gift rather than a burden.
True, and it's easier said than done.
Much easier said than done.
A lot of times we say that,
yes,
but there's a threshold, and life keeps throwing something at you where it goes, okay, you can tolerate this, let me test you a bit more. Let me test you a bit. It keeps amping it up to see what is your breaking point.
Yes.
And there's a point where you're going to go, hold on, what's going on here? What am I doing wrong?
Yes.
And the question becomes, when do you find the reason to persist, and when do you find the reason to retreat? Because sometimes you do need to retreat and say, you know what, maybe I need to let this one go.
Oh, absolutely. I think you're right. Because I think the common denominator when life keeps handing you unfortunate situations, here's what I think the difference is. If you keep getting into that situation, it's because you haven't looked at your own responsibility as to how you got there. I mean, I think we all have these stories in life. I know that I certainly do. My life took very bad turns until I was about 36 years old. And then all of a sudden it hit me at 36. Maybe I'm the common denominator. Maybe, maybe I need to quit blaming all the circumstances in my life and figure out how I keep winding up in them. And that's where you begin to make the change. And that's what keeps you from tipping over. Because I don't want to say that every bad situation in life is because we put ourselves there. But when you can look at your own role in how you got there, it's freeing.
I like that.
And you'll change the pattern. You'll change the strategy. You'll change the trajectory of where your life comes out.
Wow, this was awesome. I really love everything you said. I'm already taking ownership about a lot of things that are happening in my life, and I'm sure everybody that watched us. So I really appreciate this, and thank you very much for being with us today.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
This has been my passion in my heart to talk about it. I loved having the opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Passion! What do you think? I hope you found this as useful and as exciting as I did. If so, please leave your comments on the blog below and do share it with somebody who will find it useful. And if you'd like more tools, tips, techniques, and exclusive interviews that I only share on my website, then go to Moustafa.com. And until next episode, live passionately.